Have you ever wanted to crash your game in zombies? Well, it's really easy. Just look at this. Okay, so maybe I was modding, but have you ever seen that error before? G-spawn, no free entities. Maybe you have seen it before, or maybe you haven't, but it's one of the most common ways that a zombies game can crash. But what does that error actually mean? Well, the hint is in the second half of the error, no free entities. Let me load into a game and show you what I mean. Every single zombies map is filled with objects. For example, the quick revive machine, the barriers, the debris, George and the zombies, and even you, the player. Every single object on the map is what we call an entity. Each map has around a few hundred entities, give or take, depending on the size of the map. On Black Ops 3, 4, Cold War, and Black Ops 6, there are more entities than are on World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2, but the same principles apply. The thing is, the game's engine is only able to hold a certain number of entities on the map at any time. If somehow we go above that limit, that's how you get the G-spawn error. If we go back to the clip from the beginning of the video, every single time I shoot the Wunderwaffe, it counts as its own entity, and it stays until it hits something. But because I'm shooting into the sky, it's not hitting anything, and because I'm shooting so quickly, that's how we get the game to crash. But what do we need to do if we want to intentionally cause the G-spawn? Well, there's a few easy ways to do it. On World at War, all you need to do is place down a ton of bouncing Betties. Each bouncing Betty counts as its own entity, and as long as you never blow up the bouncing Betties, which will remove the entity, eventually having too many down on the map will cause your game to crash. That said, it does take a lot of bouncing Betties to crash your game. In a normal game, it would take a very long time to accumulate, but it is doable. It is much easier with 4 players, however. A similar thing can be done on Black Ops 1. All you need to do is place down a ton of Claymores, which each count as its own entity, and then eventually the game will crash. For some reason, it takes less Claymores than it did bouncing Betties. This also works with the bouncing Betties on the World at War maps on Black Ops 1. Unfortunately, on Black Ops 2, they stopped this method from working, since each player is only allowed to place a maximum of 12 Claymores. But those are some of the easiest ways to force a G-spawn to happen. Just be careful about placing down too many Claymores or bouncing Betties in your real games if you don't want to crash. Now that being said, there are other ways that a G-spawn can happen, and I'm going to show you some of the most interesting ways to force it. On the Black Ops 1 version of Shangri-La, there's a bug with the baby gun. For some reason, whenever you use the baby gun, each zombie that gets turned into a baby adds an extra entity to the map. But if you allow that zombie to regrow into a normal zombie, then the extra entity that was created is permanent, even if you later kill that zombie. That means that if you allow too many zombies to regrow in a single game of Shangri-La, eventually your game will crash. Back in the day, this was one of the most common ways for world record runs to end, since we didn't know what was causing the crash. Once we discovered the cause, it became much easier to play Shangri-La. Fortunately, this was fixed in the Black Ops 3 version of the map. Now this next one's kind of a funny one, but on Horizon, did you know that you can actually fling zombies with the Wundersphere? It just looks so funny when you do it. Believe it or not, this actually counts as kills, so technically you can use this to progress the round. Unfortunately, you can't do it for that long, since doing this will add entities to the map. After flinging around 100 to 200 zombies, you'll get the G-spawn. Now obviously I'm using God mode in this footage since I'm not taking damage, but it is very easy to force this to happen in a real game. All you need to do is stun the zombies with electric cherry so that you can get as many as possible inside while they aren't hitting you, and then fling, and it'll fling a bunch of them with you. Now this next G-spawn method is extremely surprising, and not a lot of people know this exists. This works on every single Black Ops 3 map that has trip mines, which I think is all of them, if I remember correctly. For some reason, if you throw down both trip mines and then pick both of them up, it leaves entities on the map that stay there permanently. All you need to do is spend around 3 to 5 minutes throwing down trip mines and picking them up over and over again, and eventually you'll get the G-spawn. Now this is slightly worrisome because it can be used to maliciously end a game. To show this, I decided to boot up my PlayStation and join a public lobby on Black Ops 3. My goal was to get to the trip mines as quickly as possible and then crash the game as soon as possible. And this is how it went. Oh, I am not used to this FOV. I am used to playing on my PC. Great, we got extra credit. Oh my god, this FOV is like really hard to use. Is this enough points to go all the way to the trip mines? It very well could be. Let's give it a try. But I think I make it. Well, obviously I'm not the only one using gobblegums. But this should be fun. Alright, now we just have to do this for 3 minutes. We're probably not even gonna make it past round 2 before I end up crashing this game. Oh, I got a free perk from something. Fire sale. Not even gonna bother hitting the box because it doesn't matter right now. Do need to kill these guys. Is anyone aware that the power room is open? Because I feel like someone will have turned on the power by now, and it's definitely not me, but... Oh, I think they're about to find out. This is taking longer than I thought. Oh, there it is. Alright, that took us about 7 minutes. A little less. That was fun. Sort of. Why did I even do that? Anyway, those are just some of the ways that a G-spawn can occur. This isn't a complete list, of course, but these are some of the easiest ways. Now, there are other ways to easily crash your game, but I can't really give a complete list. I will leave the video with a few of my favorites. These are some of the weapons that can crash your game just by using it. The first one is the Fire Staff on Black Ops 2 Origins, which will crash your game pretty much instantly if you use it on a high round. Now, this isn't technically a G-spawn, but it is similar. The second is the Ray Gun Mark III, which can crash your game if you use the left shot too often. This error you see here is what we call the CI error, or the connection interrupted error. Keep in mind that I'm playing offline local in this footage, so I'm not actually disconnecting. This is just what happens if you crash from this weapon. The CI error can also occur from using the KT4, and from using the punch ability on the Gauntlet of Siegfried. One of the other most common ways to get a CI error is from Widow's Wine. Believe it or not, if you get hit with Widow's Wine around 3,500 times, give or take, in a single game, then your game will crash. Most people never have that happen because it usually takes around 200 plus rounds for that to even happen. Anyway, that's all I'm going to showcase in this video. There are so many ways to cause the game to crash, and especially even G-spawn, but I think that this is a good explanation of what the G-spawn is, and some of the ways that we can prevent it or intentionally cause it. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe for more awesome zombie science videos coming very soon.